my driving force is my love of music. I
Mm.
love music. I think till I'm casket cute, I'm gonna be making albums.
Welcome back to What's Up With You, everybody. Special edition. My man DJ Shane 202 is back with his debut album dropping, Hustle and Motivate, the album. Welcome back to the show, baby. What's up with you?
Man, I'm doing good, brother. Just excited. Album drop tonight. Actually, I got something special for everybody that's checking out tonight. I think I sent you the link. If they want, they can actually cop the album today.
Oh, how do they do
Yeah.
that?
Just post that Bandcamp link, and the album is on there live.
Oh, okay. So technically the album has already dropped then.
Well, since this is something special, you know what I'm saying? So I say this is doing an interview, with my boy Chels, my brother, and then AJ later. So exclusively for your viewers and then AJ viewers, you know, you can get your hustle and motivate on a little early.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, let's jump into it. How you feel? You know what I'm saying? How does it feel to have completed the album? I know that's something you always wanted to do. How you feel now that you like, I did it.
Yeah. It feels good. It's definitely been a lot of work, a lot of learning through the process. I think the I see the part of me that has grown since we did the Mobilari album. That's what I'm excited about. Because of course, everything I learned from us doing the Mobilari album, I think I took it, stepped it up a notch with this album.
Okay, so that was one of the questions I had further down. How did the Mobilare album influence Hustle and Motivate? In what ways? Like, how did you get better? What did you
Mhm.
learn? What did you improve upon? What did you leave out? All of that good stuff.
Yeah. My biggest thing I'd probably say learn just um, the music business part. I
Hmm.
always, as a DJ, I always had a pretty good ear for beats, for music, for formulating an album. Like I love putting the album together, formulating like this is the first track from the last track. Everything is done with a purpose. It's strategic. So, of course, the cool thing about the Mobilari album, I was, if you want to say like Captain America, and I was like, all
Hmm.
right, fellas, this the beat, this the play, and of course, you and Weta, Novocaine, y'all ran with it and everything executed. So with this one, it's definitely a little bit more personal. I would say more the songs are definitely more personal. On Mobilari, we did touch on some personal stuff, but it was more like it definitely was a group project, so to speak.
Hmm.
This one, it was personal, and of course, I have somebody on every track with me. But it was more personal as well as putting my story into it.
Mm. Okay, so what made you want to create an album? Like, what's the driving force behind saying, okay, I want to make a whole album?
hmm What's up, brother AJ? See you tapping in. My driving force is my love of music. I
Mm.
love music. I think till I'm casket cute, I'm gonna be making albums. So I may be 60. Like yo, cello. I heard a beat. Let's go. you know, we roll our wheelchairs up in the up in the booth. You know, but just the love of music, man. Shout out to my mom. I think since I've been in diapers, music has just been all around our house. Our house was the party house, the big cookout house. So I just always had a love for music. And when I hear good music and I want to put it together for the masses and everyone to hear it, as well as still keeping my drive and message going within my music. I think I pretty steady and sustaining the same kind of message throughout my music.
Okay, so that touches on a little bit on my next question. Like, who is this album for? Who are you looking to touch with this particular project?
Mm. Um, I would say the people that you know that struggle every day, the people that want to be great, the people that question their greatness, the people that that feel like they have greatness in them, the people that feel like I'm just ready to go to the next level. AJ always calls me, say my music is like a motivational speaker, and I think, and that's pretty much the message I try to keep in my music. That none of us are perfect. I struggle with stuff every day, but as long as you keep applying pressure, applying, your talents, finding out what your talents are, going into what makes you happy and staying in that place and just keep applying pressure, greatness is bound to come to you. So,
Mm.
when I put the album together, of course, it has, a structure to it. But I think it's something that you can play from the start to finish and from the start of your day to the end of the day. Whether you're working out, whether you're at your cubicle and, you're having a long day at work. I just think the album provides, inspiration for people.
Okay, okay. Now you told me before offline that to you it's like a movement. It's more than an album, it's a movement, right?
Absolutely.
So, right. What's the movement? Outside of the
Okay.
album. So we have the albums there. How do we make it a movement?
hmm So the movement is basically, one, of course, with the word hustle, people just think going out there, getting money, getting paid, and all that, which is cool. But my biggest thing is not just, is yes, inspire people to go get it, to never just be complacent where you are, but also to motivate people. So with the movement, it comes, we got a retreat coming up in August, which is going to be in Cancun. Um, we got some other networking kind of events coming up. What I want to create with this album is almost like a soundtrack to the movement, to where the movement is a network and a conglomerate that you feel like I gotta be a part of. When you come to,
Mm.
when you listen to a DJ Shane album, when you come to a DJ Shane event, when you listen to a DJ Shane radio show, when you anything that you are part of when it comes to me, I want to leave people feeling inspired. So we got a clothing brand coming out. We have a wine flavor coming out. I just want to create a network, and my thing is always been putting people together. My mom calls me, if you somebody's friend, you their friend to the end. And that's how I always live my life. I always thought that even in the neighborhood and the street, I wanted my name to be good, to where no matter where I went, of course you're gonna have your haters, you're gonna have your enemies, but I always wanted to treat people right, and because to me, you can't be successful just by yourself.
Hmm.
It's about the legacy that you leave.
Okay, okay. Let me ask you this. What inspired the name of the album? Ain't it like a Nipsey song or something? Ain't Hustle and Motivate a Nipsey song?
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, so on Nipsey's Victory Lap album, he had a song called "Hustle and Motivate," which is probably my favorite song on the album. And what when I listen to that song, it just inspired me, and I love Nipsey's legacy. I love what he stood for. I kind of hate that people caught on to him, after he passed versus kind of giving him his flowers while he was here, you know.
Hmm.
But I think in life it's about it's about the legacy that you leave. So the seed the people kind of gravitate to him and want to find out his story after he passed. I think it's dope. But yeah, it definitely came inspired off the Nipsey song "Hustle and Motivate."
Okay, so let's talk about the features. Other than me, who you
Uh
got on the
huh.
album?
All right. So I got well, I start from the top to the bottom. So in the intro, I got my brother BJ Page, who if you're not familiar with BJ, you know he's definitely heavily in the community. He around for like PGC or something. He has like a nonprofit. He just I call him that dude. That's my guy right there. He does a lot of speaking in different places and everything. So he's featured on the intro. The second song I got featured Novocaine, Weather. And then I also got um, another cat called Kid, who I was introduced by Jay, which is, you know, a
Okay.
brother. If you don't know, Jay introduced me to Kid. And of course, when I pick out my features sonically from the music, you know, I always listen to a person's voice. Like I know what song I want to put Chels on. I know what song I
Mm.
want to put, you know, Novocaine on. One of the other features on the third single is cat called Swift out of North Carolina. He hit it real big. Probably about 3 or 4 years ago, he had a single that went through the roof. He just got a real dope, smooth style. So I got him on the album. I got Uptown XO on the album, he's been making waves in the DMV for a long time. My brother Yusha Assad, who that's another one. That's my dude right there. Yusha's actually
Mm-hmm.
on probably about four, either 4 or 5 tracks with me. So we kind of got locked in on this album. Yeah, yeah. When you see you think he like, you know, of course he does play hoop. He a tall dude, but he just got a real good spirit. He's a dope artist. If you haven't checked out Yusha music, definitely gotta check him out. Um, I got my brother Alfred Duncan on there, otherwise known as
Okay.
Black from Mumble Sauce Band. He's on there. I got Raheem Devon on the album, which was dope. I
You
got
got the whole team. You got everybody on that joint.
absolutely, absolutely. Got my man A Ross on the album. Got my man Damo on the album, who was also on the Immobiliare album.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Oh, got another cat from North Carolina called Gianni, who's really dope, really dope.
Okay.
And I got a cat out of VA called G's, who's on the album as well. And got my brother AJ on the album. AJ Throwbacks on the album. Me and him, oh, he actually does the last song with me, and we seal the album. And last but not least, the C just popped in. I got Dr. E on the album.
Right.
Yeah, like who does that? Like who puts, you know, Dr. E, their therapist, on the album?
Right. That's dope. So you got,
Hmm.
I don't know, you named at least 10 people, right?
Yep,
Or close to it.
yep.
Oh,
It's
man.
almost like, and I never thought about it till you just said it. It was kind of like I put together almost like a Chronic album. Remember how Dr. Dre did the Chronic?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It reminded me of another album, too, and I can't put my finger on it. I think it'll come to me later on, but it wasn't The Chronic, but that's a good one. But it's another one that
The Dynasty album.
it might be The Dynasty, but I don't know if that was it. I'll think about it and then come back to you. But
Hmm.
I don't think it was a dynasty. It was something
Oh,
else.
Dynasty. Okay.
It might have been the Blueprint too.
Okay.
In terms of
Yeah.
because I just sampled through it like real quick. You know what I'm saying? I haven't sat down and listened to it all the way. You know, all the way through. But it might have been the Blueprint too. How he went out, how Jay went out and worked with a bunch of different people and
Hmm.
kind of brought it all together into one piece of art. But
Hmm.
if it comes to me for sure, I'll tell you. Let me ask you this: how long did it take you from start to finish to get the album done?
At least a year. at least a year.
Okay,
Uh,
so you worked through it through COVID then.
yeah, through COVID, through life being broke, trying to figure out how to put all this together. You know, sometimes the consumer they don't see everything that it takes to put an album together. You know, you got life going on. You know, and I had some family members that passed. And all of that's in the album.
Mm. Did COVID delay your process anyway? I know it may have slowed it down, but was there a point where it stopped? Like you like, shoot, like I can't record for a month or
Mm.
2 months.
Nah, COVID really didn't shut me down. Because I was kind of locked in with my engineer, which, like I said, everything that's brought me to this point is about relationships. You know, I met my
Hmm.
engineer through Yusha. I met Yusha through Black, and the crazy part when I met Yusha, like reconnected with him, I had actually met him probably about 4 or 5 years before that.
Okay.
Yeah. So just show how, when stuff's supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, let me ask you this. How many tracks? I know you, right? You're a deluxe
Hmm.
guy. You're one of those
Yeah.
guys who be like, I need 30 songs on this track. I'm like, yo, cuz, I got
Uh,
2 hours, you know what I'm saying? How many
uh,
tracks you got on the joint?
so it's not a double album. It's 17 joints on there.
Could be a double album.
It could be, but I just believe in it's not complete until it's complete.
Hmm.
And I'm from the era. I'm from the era of albums versus just singles and EPs. Those. Not a knock to anyone, but I just believe in putting together a complete package and completing the process of thought from start to finish.
Do from a marketing standpoint, does that conflict with the current way people release music?
No, because that's also another thing I learned. I learned how to release music. I think better than I did with a mobile art. Of course, so much of my life, man, is trial and error. You know, I'm a,
Hmm.
you know, I'm a. I know it don't make sense, but I think you can't fail without trying. So, so much of my life and is me trying to get stuff right and trying to figure it out because I just have it in me that I have to be great. I can't
Hmm.
just, run the hamster wheel. Like there's something in me to be great. So the thing that I've kind of learned with this process is more of a build up. Like we dropped a couple weeks ago, we dropped the video, just to get people warmed up, letting them know like, hey, I got something coming, and just kind of strategically building up to that point. And man, shout out to you. I've been watching what you do. Like, okay, I see. I'm watching you
Hmm.
in the gym shooting. Like, all right, and just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, inspiration comes from all different places. You know what I'm saying? I think we all watch each other, and I know that I get beat up for this, but I don't remember the young lady's name who has the show that's on HBO. Is it Issa Rae or
Yeah,
Issa or
Issa
something
Rae.
like that?
Yeah,
So I
Issa Rae.
saw a clip. What you're talking about? I saw a clip of her in an interview, and I don't remember what the question was. It was something about how did she become successful, and her basic point was you don't have to go out and seek the biggest name people. She was like, work with the people that you can work with, and y'all can build
Hmm.
your own conglomerate, and then the
Yep.
whole thing just bubbles to the top. And I was like, that's where we going. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We gotta build the whole
Absolutely.
for Voltron on their asses.
Uh, yep. Because like I said, everything is so much about relationships, man. I just think that's my, in my superpower in the whole, in the Avengers, is bringing everybody together. And when I think about it, it's connected with my talent as being a DJ. Like that's what DJs do. They bring everybody together on the dance floor, and I just think that that's my talent. It's connecting people and just having a pure heart. Like I want everybody to win. And like I want everybody on my album to feel like it's not just a DJ Shane album, it's their album as well. Like when AJ dropped his album, I'm excited like it's my album because I'm connected to my brother. You know,
Right.
when Chels get back in the studio, I'm gonna feel like my album dropped.
Here we go with this.
uh-huh.
Hey, which Avenger do I get to be?
um, I would say, well, in the song you said you Thor, so I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
am
like,
Cap.
so I may be like Tony Stark. I may be like Tony Stark.
That's how I was feeling. I was like, here this nigga go. I'm fat, out of shape, and he like, hey, look, we gotta save the world again. Like,
Tony
he
Stark.
said, I was just laying low in the crib. Here he come. I was
hmm
drinking my beer, relaxing. Here he come. Need a
Yep.
verse.
Uh, Cause man,
Dr. E
like I
said,
said,
Hawkeye.
okay, I can see that. I can see that. Like I said, I get excited seeing greatness in people. When I see greatness in Dr. E. When I met Dr. E, he wasn't dropping his IG videos, but to see him kind of coming out his shell doing his thing, I see greatness in AJ. Like I said, I get excited when I see greatness in people, and it it's just in me to see everybody win.
Mm. What was the most difficult song for you to create on this particular
Mm,
project?
that's a good question. Um, Actually, the one with AJ because
Why?
the beat was hard to catch.
Ain't them
It's
joints.
man. It's because it's like, well, one, that song is called "Hustle and Motivate." It's the title track of the album, but it closes out the album. And I sat with that beat so long, man. And I was like, how can I? Because it's like a way that the beat flips when it comes on. And it's like a double dutch where you just got to jump in it and just and roll with it. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, yo, if I get this flow, I'ma be I'ma be there. If I can get this, I'm good. So I
Mm-hmm.
sent AJ the beat. And like I said, I had been sitting with that track because it was a custom track that I had to produce, and I was like, man, I don't know if I can get this done. I sent it to AJ, and like maybe like 4 days later, AJ was like, oh, I'm done. I'm like, oh my gosh, AJ. I'm
AJ
like,
about to
oh
take
my
my
god,
song.
yeah. I was like, all right, but it pushed me to be like, I gotta kill this joint. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta kill this joint, and it came out, man. That studio session with AJ was so beautiful, man. That joint was dope. That joint was dope.
Mm. Something we talked about the last time you was on my show. We talked about not letting age affect your um, creative processes and just the desire to create. Is that something? Is
hmm
that anything that you battled with or crossed your mind while you were making it, or you just like, I'm about to just go straight through?
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna shout out my brother A Ross. He's on the song with me. Um, I make grown man music. I make music that fits me, that everything I'm doing. My life is not the same that it was in my 20s. So I I'm a dad now. So of course, like one of the songs I did with my man Ross, it talks about fatherhood. It was actually Whammy nominated. Like I said, I want to make music that inspire people every day. So that dude who feel like he's not a good father because life kind of kicking him hard. When he listened to that song, and the song is called "You a Star." When I want that kid to who listens to that song to feel like their dad is talking to them, or that, like I said, their
Mm.
father is listening to it like, yo, I am a good father. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I just feel like I make grown man music.
Let me ask you this, because I haven't heard. Matter of fact, I haven't. I heard your star. Of course, I heard the two joints that I'm on. How far back in the past has this album been written? If you understand the question, you know what I'm saying. Like, how far back,
Uh,
the content wise, do you go in your life?
mm, I would say within the last 3 years, so it's definitely current. You know,
Okay.
I talk about, talking about my wife in the album. I got a song called Leap of Faith where I wanted to capture how the moment um, a man falls in love with a woman and what he has to say to her to make her feel secure enough to fall in love with him.
What does he have to say?
Ah, I listed out. So, but
As I was asking the question, I said I
I was
already know what
like,
his response going to be. Like, you got to listen to the album.
yeah, but actually, how I start off my verse, you got to give her trust, commitment, and consistency. You know, because in the verse I say, I gotta give her trust, commitment, and consistency, so she goes and takes this leap.
Mm. Trust, commitment, and consistency.
Hmm.
Huh. Okay, I gotta listen to that one. I definitely gotta listen to that one. Tell them again, where can they find it for the people here? Where can they find the album? Because you said they can get it tonight. Where can
Yeah,
we get it?
so you can get it on Bandcamp. If you go to Bandcamp and go to DJ Shane 202, search me on Bandcamp. The album is there. You can copy. That's buying it directly from me. Tomorrow it'll be up on all the streaming services. So I get a couple coins that way, but Bandcamp is directly to consumer.
Okay, so that kind of leads into another question I had for you. What is the best way? If I'm like, yo, I rock with DJ Shane, I genuinely want to support him. What's the best way for me to buy or stream your album?
The best way, I would say, if you want to buy it, Bandcamp, of course. But to stream it, I know everybody is, Apple users. It's cool. Apple is cool. But the artist gets more of a cut from Tidal.
So Tidal is the best way to stream it if I'm going to stream it. If I want to buy it, I go to the Bandcamp thing. I
Yep.
go to Bandcamp, search DJ Shane, and it'll come up.
Yep. DJ Shane 202. You got the link?
I do have the link, and I'm trying to get it so that I can type it in, but I don't want to. I don't want to
That's
knock
the
my
live
setup
up.
over. But
Yeah.
if somebody wants to type this in for me, maybe I'll cash app you $5. It's DJ Shane 202.bandcamp.com/album/hustle dash and dash motivate. So that's the best way to buy the album. So when you get off of this live, you go to that website and buy the whole album, and we can keep it rocking with DJ Shane.
Yep. But yeah, you go to Bandcamp, just search DJ Shane 202. It'll take you right there. And if you
Okay.
follow me on Bandcamp, it'll let you know like exclusive stuff that I release. So I'm also launching the clothing line with and merch and all that stuff. So that'll be connected to the Bandcamp and my IG as well.
Okay. So a simple way maybe to do it. It's in your link tree, right?
Uh,
You got it in your link
that's
tree
it.
yet?
Once we get off, thank you, Dr. E, my man, my man.
There we go.
Dr. E just put it up. But yeah, once we get off the
So let me
live,
pin that.
yeah. And once we get off the live, I'll drop it in my link tree. So yeah, you can check my link tree too as well.
Okay. So you got the album, you got the retreat, you got the merch coming. What else? What other things do you have, if any, attached to the Hustle and Motivate movement?
Well, we're going to be doing networking events where we get people who, if you're a creator, we want to get all creatives in the same room to where, you may meet somebody might be into real estate, and they could meet someone else who's in another, field or avenue that can connect them together. You might be into investments. We'll have somebody in the room that's in investments. Like I said, my key is bringing everybody together. So within that, I'll probably create like some brunches, um, put together. My man BJ pushed me to put together a small little tour, which I want to do the shows a little bit different, just so I can have the people actually feel and touch the music a little bit, a little bit different than just going to a concert. I want you to have a different experience.
What does that look like, or is that some secret, top secret clearance
Haha.
stuff?
Can't give it away yet. Can't give it away yet, but yeah, I want we actually got a listen party. I'm release party tomorrow. So if people want to come check that out, they can hit my link tree, hit the RSVP, come out and come to the album release. Um, but like I said, I want to have people experience the music different than just coming and sitting, you know, even have some Q&A at my shows, get to where people can actually network. Like I said, just teach people how to hustle and motivate, how to take whatever they're trying to do into the next level. And even if you're not a business owner, it could be something within your life that you just haven't taken to the next level.
Hmm.
You may be a writer and want to get better at writing. Whatever it is, I want to put creatives in the room together to where we can help people, to where we can inspire people to go to the next level.
Okay, where's the album release party? Keisha just put it in the comments, but you can plug it.
I appreciate that, Keisha. It's going to be at the up the townhouse uptown. It's at 903 U Street. As she said, it's a whole vibe. When you in there, you don't even feel like you in DC. You feel like you off somewhere else. It's definitely a dope vibe.
Was it your intent to have your album released the same weekend as the Something in the Water Festival?
Nah, life just kind of happened like that. Because actually, I think I was set to do it next week, but
Hmm.
my man Yusha was gonna be out of town, so I was like, he's so much part of my album. I gotta have him there, and like I said, my album isn't just about me. I want people to listen to my album and be like, yo, I gotta check out Chell's music from hearing the Chell verse on my album. I gotta check out A Ross um, from listening to DJ Shane album. I gotta check out AJ Throwback. You know, my album is just an avenue for people to get exposed to dope artists that I know and that I think are dope.
Mm. Okay. Now, I've heard it once said that every artist, once he or she is done with their artwork, they feel like something is missing. Do you feel like the album's done, it's over, you there ain't no going back? If you messed up on a word, it's in there for all eternity. Is there
Mm.
anything that you look back at and you like, shoot, I wish I could have put that in there, or I needed one more sprinkle of salt, just a little bit on this one joint. Do you have that at all?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Um, it's two songs that didn't make the album, but do not worry. Um, I was actually like, dang, I got to get back in the studio soon. So I probably may let this soak in for about a month or so and get back at it. Um, it's one of the songs I really want to talk about that I wanted to make the album that is in the creation stage, but I just think it's gonna inspire so many women. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to finish that song up.
Was it so it just didn't make the album because it didn't make it in time. It wasn't created in time.
Right? Yeah, yeah. And one of and see this is how God work, man. I met this female artist who's on the song. She sent me her verse, but we got to connect another way so I can get her verse right. Her name Jukebox. Shout out my brother AJ, plugged me in with her, and the concept of this song, I think, is just going to start a whole another movement. So I can't wait till we. And I got a poet on there on the song.
Mm-hmm.
Young lady I got hooked up. I met with from doing something for Yusha. This young lady, her name is Cookie B. She's a poet. Fire, fire. So
Mm.
it's like I said, I can't wait till this joint come together. It's gonna be. I definitely want to start a movement with women from this song.
Okay. Now I know your favorite artist of all time is Jay, right?
Yes, sir.
Now I know when you hear the stories about Jay and Reasonable Doubt and all of that good stuff, his goal was like, "Hey, dog, I'm gonna give you this one album,
Hmm.
and then that's pretty much it for me." And I know you say you got other songs coming, but can we expect a whole nother album too in the future, or is this like, "Hey, this what you get from me, and here go a couple of little cupcakes along the way"?
Nah, this of course not it. One, just because um I'm always, almost like, hey, today's Pac's birthday. I want to inspire, the person, I want to be in the room that inspires the next great. Not saying I got to discover the next great, but I want to inspire the next person to be great. So even if,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's a DJ Shane album that has, other artists on there, I'm always be around greatness.
Um, DJ Khaled. It reminds me of a
Hmm.
Khaled album, but you're on it. But you
Right.
actually rapping on it. So,
Rap.
and
Yeah.
I'm not a super Khaled guy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But so I can't tell you the names of his albums. But the joint where it's the album where Nas raps on the, I think Nas rap on like the Fuji La beat or something like that, or the
Mm.
one with Nas album done or something like. It's one of those.
Yeah.
It was in that time
Yep.
frame, and that's what it is. But I don't know the name of the album, so I
Hmm.
apologize.
You smart, like DJ Khaled say. You smart.
Is that what he said?
But another one. But yeah, if I could be the DJ Khaled, well, I don't even want to say just a DMV because like I said, I've got guys from VA and um, North Carolina. If I can expose the world to as many dope artists as I can, I think that's my goal.
Mm. Would you take a deal at this point? Like, would you take a record deal?
Probably not.
Why not?
Only I mean, of course, if it makes sense, I would have to definitely have creative control. And one because I've learned how to put out music. A
Hmm.
deal is just gonna, you know, I don't want to say bankroll, but just, you know, and I gotta own my music, and that's one of the other things. Like the artists I connect with, I share stuff with them. Like, hey man, do you got your ass cap? Do you got your BMI? And I don't want them. Hey, if you don't know, let me show you, because you best believe if it's something that I don't know, I'm gonna ask somebody. So,
Mm.
like I said, my goal is to, if I can create um almost like an academy or a blueprint for artists to follow in releasing music. Because everything I learned, either I had to learn on my own or somebody had to show me.
Right.
So if I can create that path for other artists, let's do it.
I'm looking at this joint. You got a joint on here called "Can't Knock the Hustle."
Yes, sir.
That's pretty brave.
Uh huh. Uh
That's
huh.
pretty. That's like me coming out with a song called "Dead Presidents." Like,
Hey, yeah,
hey, this joint got me
yeah.
fired, dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
what's
it's
up, man.
and like I said, the even I'm actually thinking about turning the album into a book.
Hmm.
So that's something people could look for later, to where almost like each song is a chapter in the book.
That'd be dope. So would it be like a novel, or would it be something like an autobiography, or
Yep.
what?
Yeah, I
What
would
kind
say
of
autobiography.
autobiography?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
And
dope.
that, and also like the books that I read, they're more like, inspirational kind of books. So it'll be, I would say, more like an inspirational kind of book, to where each song breaks down that process. And of course, it ends with hustle and motivate, creating that legacy.
Okay, so I got one more question for you. I got two more questions for you. What is the end game? And I'm pretty sure you've already answered it, but I kind of want to hear you just sum it all up. The album's done. There's no more recording to be done for this album. It's mixed mastered. I'm about to buy it after this. What are we doing here? What's our end game?
The end game is
Yeah, what's our end game?
cre- creating a brand that not only I can eat, but my family can eat off of years to come.
Generational wealth.
Absolutely. And you know what? Making my mom and my wife proud. I still struggle with making my mom proud. Like I still want to be like, you know, I still want my mom to be like, you did it, son. You know. So that's the end game.
How much of your hustle and motivate mentality comes from your inner child's desire to receive approval,
Mm.
or I can't think of the word approval of whoever it may be, whether it's your mom's or whatever the case may be.
I would say it's a big part. You know, especially when it comes to my mom. Like I watch my mom like work so hard. I watched her work so hard, and one, it made me like never ever be lazy. you know, like
Hmm.
I watched my mom clean people floors. You know, she would take me with her to help her. Clean. So it's just always inspired me. So now on the motivate part, like I just can't wait to tell my mom, like, well, one, my mom's retired, so she kind of did that on her own. But I always wanted to tell my mom, like, you ain't gotta work no more, you know. So my goal is just to be able to in the future, like, just take care of my mom. I want to, be able to travel, see things she may not have saw before. I want to take her out the country. You know,
Hmm.
I just want to be able to enjoy my family more. And I think the biggest thing about hustle and motivate I want to do is getting back my time to where I'm not only successful, but I'm successful in life when it comes to my family. Because you know me, bro. You ain't never seen me just have one job.
Hmm.
I don't just look Latin. I act Latin. I may be. I'm DJing. I'm selling tacos. I'm going to work. I'm always doing something. So, like I said, my goal right now is just to really, one, I hope the music, I think it will change the algorithm, but just to create something that lasts for a lifetime.
Okay, last question. I know you gotta get to AJ, so I don't want you to have to jump right from one to the other. Give you a little break in between. But it's only fitting that we do some kind of top five.
Uh huh.
So you got to give me your five favorite joints from the album.
Okay.
They ain't got to be
Okay.
in any particular order.
Uh, um, Definitely Skyline. Skyline to me. is I feel like that's a song you could play after a black superhero movie. I think,
Mm-hmm.
people can listen to that when they work out. Um, Hustle and Motivate with AJ. Um, Run Everything with Uptown XO and Yusha. I just love that song. I think that song is a good blend of the '90s and then also to what's current because it definitely Run Everything. It give you that hip hop vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But I got two more. To Come Up with my Mobilize brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, it's anytime we in the studio, magic happens. You know, um, it's tough. I know I'm gonna leave out something.
I gotta put you
Um,
in the box.
I
Nobody gets
know,
out of
I
the
know,
box. Nobody gets out of the box,
I
baby.
know. You know what? I'm gonna say thankful, and here's the
Mm.
reason. Thankful, I think, is one of them songs we can play 20 years from now and still enjoy it. One shout out to my brother. Um, we call him Black Alfred Duncan. He just got a beautiful spirit. And then my brother Yusha. Um, like that studio session it was like amazing. You know, we was just clicking, whether it's helping each other out. With like I say it like this or do it like this. And just afterwards, I was like, yo, we made like a Thanksgiving anthem. Like this is crazy. But I think
Mm.
it's just such a beautiful song, especially during the time that we made the song, which was during COVID, and I think so much is life is perspective, and you know everybody got their something that they wish was better. You know, some people are sitting in a Mercedes Benz complaining about not having money. Some people sleeping in their cars. So everybody has their something, but regardless of what you're going through, I think there's always a moment where you could be thankful. And I think a lot of our elevation is connected to our gratitude.
Mm. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I was in the studio with you when you recorded your verse for Skyline.
Yeah, yeah,
I was like, oh, this shit right here is fucking
yeah,
fire.
yeah. Which and that's one thing about me, man. I'm humble. Like you help me out with my verse.
Mm-hmm.
Like I jump into it like this. And that's the thing. Like I struggle with that. Like feeling like it's okay to say like, you know, I'm like, all right, Chels, what you think I should do on this? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
I to of course, you can't be humble and be a rapper. Where they do that at, but
Right.
in life, like it's I to be like, yo, I need help with this, or yo, how do you do this? Or I see that you're doing this real good. Like, yo, how did you do that? I think sometimes we just get caught up in ourselves, and even my mom gets on me like, if you need some help, say you need some help. But
Right.
a lot of times, we don't do that. And the product of this album is everybody connected with me all coming together, and this is what it looks like, which I think is a beautiful project.
Cool, man. Well, that's all I got for you. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to listening to the album, man. Like you,
Mm,
you, you, you pulled me out of retirement.
yep. And you know what's funny? You see the preview for the new Thor album? I mean, the new Thor movie.
I've seen it, but I haven't attended to it. It was I saw it,
Yeah,
but I didn't really watch it. Why? Why? What's that about?
it just reminded me of your line, like, yo, and it looks funny as hell, And I was like, yo, that's Chels coming out of retirement. Of course, he go from his little belly to now he chiseled and everything. So it just reminded me, of you saying that line.
Okay, what I gotta remember what the line is. Something like throwing in game fat out of shape, avoiding the public.
Uh,
Couldn't deal with my failure, so I simply said, "Fuck it." Yeah, that's
fuck it.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's the evidence? Wasted intelligence.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
deep. I will go into that on another one because that joint is actually I got to do an AJ type thing for that one and break that whole joint down because
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot to that one. But yeah, man, you
Yeah.
motivated me to come back and put something back, on the digital wax. So I appreciate you for that. So
Mm.
if you haven't motivated anybody else, you motivated me. Is there anything else we need to know about the album, about anything else that you got going on before we sign off?
Um, I would definitely say if you want to come out tomorrow. We got the album release party. Chels is gonna be there. We got the retreat coming up. I think the retreat is just gonna be awesome, man. Just like I said, I think our biggest thing with the retreat is changing people's lives. So follow me on IG at DJ Shane 202. Stay connected with everything I do. I have a a way you can follow me, the way you can get exclusive content and everything. And shout out to the Underground Lab, man. Stay connected to what we doing. Follow us on IG at TUL Radio. I do a Wednesday show on Wind Down Wednesday. I just believe in giving people a good product. And I just, at the end of the day, want the fans and everybody that rock with me just be like, job well done.
My man, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass you the metaphorical blunt off to my man AJ so that we can all get high off the hustle and motivate. I love you, you my man, you my brother. I'll be there tomorrow night to rock the stage with you. And
Love you too, brother. Appreciate you for having me, man. And before Yo, awesome job you've been doing, brother. Like I watch you get better when it comes to interviews and just form. You a conversational lush. So this is, you a conversationalist. So this is right in your lane. I'm proud of you seeing what you're doing, perfecting your craft, honing in. And people don't get to see the behind the scenes. They just get to see the finished product. I've seen you
mm-hmm.
behind the scenes. I've seen you take 2 or 3 hours editing a video like Chels when you all may think he's just doing an IG video. Like, no, my man is about giving people a great project, is great content as well. So awesome job, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yo, I'm gonna put this joint on the rush mode, so I'll probably have it ready for you by say Wednesday. I'm not good with math in that sense, but it'll be the middle of the week. That way you'll have the YouTube thing to go with the album. And
Awesome. Appreciate it, brother.
yeah, man, I'll hit you up.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Yes, sir. Salute, King.
Salute, King.